What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be ranking every NFL running back and making a tiers list. So if you enjoy this content, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. All right, so first guy we got on the list is Chris Carson here. The categories we have are elite, solid, serviceable, by committee, and bum. I'm putting Chris Carson in the solid category. The only knock on him is, staying healthy. He's never been a guy who received like more than 20 carries a game, so I really like I really like his skill set, and he can actually catch in the passing game, which is really impressive. So I'll take Carson, put him in the solid category. Next, we have Kareem Hunt, also going to put in the solid category. He can easily be a starter in the NFL by himself. We've seen it before. Yeah, so solid running back. I don't think he's flashed like he has at times with the Chiefs, but that could just be due to lack of opportunity. Next guy we've got is Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb is elite, no doubt. Top end speed, can break tackles. He's a pure rusher though, and doesn't really offer anything in the passing game. But that doesn't really matter to me. When you have Kareem Hunt, you have the luxury of just running Nick Chubb into the ground, and his passing skills aren't that terrible. Josh Jacobs, I'm going to say serviceable. I've been really disappointed with him the past couple years, but it's kind of been John Gruden's fault. Due to usage, they just don't use him as a pass catcher whatsoever. He's strictly a runner, and they like to bring in guys like Jalen Richard or sign a free agent like Kenyon Drake to do that stuff when it's just not necessary. So Jacobs is serviceable. Maybe not his fault, but serviceable. Aaron Jones is elite. There's no doubt about it. He has just been balling the past 2 seasons. He came out of nowhere, and he's a top 10 back, maybe even a top 5 back. I love Aaron Jones. He can do everything a running back is asked. His pass protection's pretty good, and he's dangerous in the passing game, and he's obviously a nice rusher. So leaving him in the elite category is really easy for me. Derrick Henry, also elite. These next few guys appear to be elites, but Derrick Henry is easily elite. He ran for almost 2,000 yards last season, and, he's the model of consistency. The past 3 years, you've got over 1,500 rushing yards from him, which is just it's unprecedented. And he's a bigger back in the league. There's really nobody like him. You don't see 6'3" guys carrying the football. So Derrick Henry, elite, arguably the best back in the game. Christian McCaffrey, also elite. Didn't play last season, but doesn't really matter to me. We know what type of player Christian McCaffrey is. He can catch 100 balls and run for 1,000 yards. So there's no one else in the NFL like that except for maybe Kamara. Moving on to this next guy, we've got Ezekiel Elliott. I'm going to put him in the solid category just based off of last season. He obviously has the potential to be elite and is still pretty young, so I feel pretty good about Zeke heading into the season this year, but after last year, I'm going to leave him in the solid category. CEH, Clyde Edwards-Helaire. He's serviceable for me. He's a guy that's not going to break any big runs, but he's really shifty and can make guys miss in between the tackles. Big chunks, so 10 to 15-yard runs, but didn't show too much of that last season and really struggled on the goal line, so I will leave him in the serviceable category. Mike Davis, also serviceable. He broke out last season with Christian McCaffrey's injury. They pretty much just inserted him into his role, and he caught all kinds of passes, and he was effective in the running game. So that landed him a contract with Atlanta this year. I really don't think that they feel too comfortable having him as their RB1. They've been looking to sign people all offseason. So Dalvin Cook is the next player that we're going to be talking about. He is obviously elite. Top tier guy, top 3 guy at the overall running back position. He's an all-around type of guy. He can run, he can catch passes out of the backfield, and he can even line up at receiver. So Dalvin Cook, definitely elite. Oh gosh, this next guy, Devin Singletary, he's a bum. I'm convinced, the Bills have such an explosive passing game, and they give this guy 15 opportunities a game, and he does nothing with them. Devin Singletary is a bum. Cam Akers is serviceable. Unfortunately, he tore his Achilles and is out for the season. But I think Cam Akers could have jumped into that solid or maybe even elite category this season with the Rams being such an explosive offense. Deandre Swift is serviceable. I think he's going to really have an opportunity to be good as long as Detroit gives him that full workload. They've been talking about giving the ball to Jamal Williams and splitting the carries. Hopefully, they don't do that and really let DeAndre ball out this year. Saquon Barkley, going to be solid. He has the ability to be elite. He's been injured, though. So I will leave him in the solid category with Zeke. Obviously, he has the ability to be the best running back in the NFL, but with an offense that doesn't score many touchdowns and an offensive line that is pretty suspect, his upside is capped. Philip Lindsay is a by committee back for me, really just a pass catcher. Don't need to talk too much about him. Melvin Gordon is still serviceable in my opinion. It's going to be rough for Javonte Williams to really take that role over as the running back one with Melvin Gordon still in the backfield, just because Melvin Gordon is no bum and he never has been. Alvin Kamara is elite. Had 6 rushing touchdowns in one game last season. I'll leave it at that. Chase Edmonds is by committee, another pass catcher that I don't think will be the starter this year. I do see James Conner getting a little bit more run than him. James Robinson is serviceable. You got to respect a dude that comes undrafted and then runs for 1,000 yards his rookie season. No one else has ever done that in NFL history. James Robinson is serviceable. Joe Mixon, very, very solid. I think he's poised to have a big year this year. It's really just health with him. He can run, and he's a great pass catcher out of the backfield. With the Geo being gone, look out for Joe Mixon this season. Naji Harris, we'll leave it serviceable because we just haven't seen him play yet, and we don't know. His skill set is obviously elite, but we'll leave him at serviceable. Rojo is solid. I think Ronald Jones is a really good running back. He just needs the attempts, and with Leonard Fournette there, Giovanni Bernard there, he's just not going to get them. Austin Eckler is also solid. I don't think he's a by committee back because I think he can run between the tackles pretty well. So really like Austin Eckler, and obviously he's a top 3 back in the receiving game. David Montgomery, also solid. Very quietly the RB4 in fantasy last season. And, with a team that doesn't have much to offer and anything on offense, with other than Allen Robinson, David Montgomery is going to be the guy. Miles Sanders, I love his skill set, but he's just serviceable because the Eagles don't know how to use him. J.K. Dobbins is definitely a serviceable type guy. They need to give him more touches. Hopefully he'll take on a full workload this year, which I'm really excited about. Antonio Gibson is solid. He's going to be elite after this season. The Washington football team have came out and said they want to use him like they did Christian McCaffrey. So in this second season, he can really, really just explode. Myles Gaskin is a by committee back, in my opinion. The skill set is not there for me. He just had a lot of opportunity last season. Travis Etienne right now is by committee. They've got him as a receiving back. They even said they wanted to work him at receiver in some sets. So by committee, but Travis Etienne has the ability to really take over that number 1 spot to James Robinson. Leonard Fournette at this point is by committee. I hate that they use him in the passing game. I think Lenny is purely a rusher and definitely needs to be in a committee. Sony Michel, by committee. I don't know if this is just the wrong fit with the team, but he's just really fell off the past couple seasons since his rookie year. I think he needs a new destination. Damian Harris, I'll say serviceable. I think he's going to have a good year if they really give him a workload. And we'll see if the Patriots do that. It's hard to push him into the next category because Cam is going to be stealing touchdowns from him. So hopefully Mac Jones will be the starter in his case. Jonathan Taylor is solid. He really flashed in greatness last season, and I think this year it's only going to get better and better. Hopefully that offensive line will remain healthy and Carson Wentz can return, but he's definitely a solid start. David Johnson is by committee for me at this point. Tevin Coleman is an absolute bum. I think this is Frank Gore. And we'll just base this off of Frank Gore's career. There's no doubt he's elite. But that's going to do it for this episode. And thanks everybody for watching. And please leave a like, comment, and subscribe for more content.